So here is an example of a domain class diagram for a bank. Remember our example from the ERD lesson, our ERD bank diagram. So this is the equivalent diagram for domain class model. So in this example, the UML notation for indicating an attribute that is an identifier or key is this here. So we write that as curly braces, open and close curly braces, and in between is key. Remember that in ERD, we represent this as PK for a primary key, but in class domain model, so we write that as with curly braces. So this figure here shows another example of a domain class diagram for with a many-to-many association. So this is for a course enrollment at a university. So at a university, courses are offered as course sections. And a student enrolls in many course sections. So each course section consists of many students. So therefore, the association between course section and student is many to many. So there are situations in which many to many associations are appropriate, and they can be modeled such as this. So on closer analysis, the analyst often discovered that many-to-many associations involve additional data that are important and must be stored. So for example, so in this example, so where is the grade that each student receives for the course stored? So it is not shown here. So but that is an important data. And although the model indicates which course section a student took, it does not have a place for the grade. So grade isn't an attribute of a course section alone, nor is it an attribute of student alone. So rather, it is an attribute of the association between course section and student grade. So adding a domain class called association class. So it is an association that is treated as a class in a many-to-many associations because it has attributes that need to be remembered, such as grade in this example. So here to represent association between student and course section. So this association class provides a place in which to store the missing attribute for grade. So this diagram here shows the expanded class diagram from this initial diagram with association class called course enrollment, so which has an attribute for the student grade. So a dashed line connects the association class with the association line between the course section and the student class. So reading the association from left to right, one course one course section. Okay, so a course, let's start with a course. So a course has an attribute of course number. It has a title and creditor. So for example, this course here is System Analysis and Design. So it has a course number. Let's say this is IT 213 and the title, so that is System Analysis and Design, and credit hours, which is 5 hours per week. And this one course can have 0 to many sections. So in this, for example, let's say we have two sections, section A and B. So it has a section number. Let's say that's 2A or 2B, start time and room number. And for this course section, it has 0 to many students. So probably, of course, there could be many students. So a student has these are the attributes for the student. The student has a student ID, a name, and major. In this case, your major. In this case, you are an IT student. So one student has many course. Okay, so each course enrollment, each with its own grade, and each course enrollment applies to one specific student. So reading from right to left, one student has many course enrollment, each with its own grade, and each course enrollment applies to one specific section. So a database implemented by using this model will be able to produce grade lists showing all students and their grades, and each course section, as well as grade transcripts showing all grades earned by each student. So another example of a domain model class diagram with a many-to-many association is shown in this figure. So this is example for a band with members and concerts. So a band, say here one-to-many band. So a band has one, this is one and only one band, but a band has one or more members or band members. So in this case, a band member is in one and only one band. So a band member in a one and only one band. So the many-to-many association is between the classes, band, and concerts. So a band is booked for 0 or more concerts, and a concert books one or more band or more bands. So note that on the minimum multiplicities, a band might not have any concerts booked at a given time, but a concert is ordinarily created only when at least one band is booked. So looking more closely at the many-to-many associations, the analyst might ask if there is some additional information about the booking that needs to be captured and remembered by the system. So is it important to store the base pay or the pay expected for the booking. So pay differs for each concert. So is it important to store the order of performance at the concert? So because some booking might be main act and some might be an opening act or opening performance. So this figure here shows a refined domain model class diagram that adds the associative class called booking or named booking. So that includes attributes such as date book, performance order, and base pay. So breathing from band to concert. So the diagram says one band, for example, it is book, let's say February 14 as the main act or main performance or main act for, let's say that's 20,000 pesos for a concert.